Good question. What is perfect eComStation?
Well, I guess you could ask the same question like, what is the perfect operating system for the user? And I think we've seen new developments that keep coming. I get the impression OS2 in that perspective with its user-oriented desktop was there already a lot of years ago. Certain large competitors have always mentioned that they are innovative. I personally find the level of innovation from operating systems, especially from one of the largest vendors on the planet, I find that actually quite disappointing. And that's not to bash them, but OS2 shipped with voice type speech recognition in 1996, and it was now introduced in Windows Vista or Windows 7. Our speech recognition could run on a Pentium 166. Admitting that that did not work, you needed to pause between the words. But looking at the fact that that was included in 1996 in a full-blown protected mode operating system, the Windows 95 architecture left a lot to desire for. Then looking back at what is the perfect operating system, OS2 is not the perfect operating system, and I guess what has started to happen is that for the primary reason why the perfect operating system maybe does not exist is because everybody is used to what comes on their computer preloaded when it gets out of the factory, and there has not been enough competition in the last 15 to 20 years, and that has brought the software development to a standstill. One thing where you have seen competition where it works is the browser war. I mean, you have never had that much selection of web browsers. It's clear that Firefox has brought innovation, and Microsoft was inspired, pushed, triggered to provide innovation. So I think, what is the perfect operating system? I don't know, because the demand from the customers that create the perfect operating system, the demand is very low, because we are only used to what we get on the machine when we buy it. And I think again that large company has not shown the level of innovation that it could have had over the last 20 years. And I think other competitors like Linux and Macintosh, Apple, have shown that. A lot of people I know that have had enough of viruses on their system have purchased a Mac and 2 weeks later never looked back. I think that's a clear testimonial to the success of Apple, and that they have actually created a system which is easier to use. And OS2 has its advantages, eComStation, it's lightweight, its API doesn't change a lot, and a lot of companies like that they continue to run that software. And on top of that, the user interface, although not up to date in terms of visual aspects of how it looks, and it's not three-dimensional, etc., the object-oriented nature of the desktop is certainly something that still is something, according to some experts I know, which has still not been paralleled by the current user desktop. So again, an extensive answer, but I think currently the perfect operating system does not really exist.
Okay. How a computer shop can start eComStation distribution? Do the shops have rights to pre-install eComStation on notebooks?
Yes, they can contact us. We are always looking for new companies that want to sell eComStation. The question is if the software is really suitable for the end user. If you're expecting to run lots of Windows programs on our platform, then that is something that a lot of people will expect. Like, can I run my accounting software I used to? Can I run Outlook? Because people are are used, they got accustomed to how this software works, and that is why it's difficult to just sell eComStation to everybody, because people have the expectation that they can use the software that they are used to. So companies are welcome to sell eComStation. There is a market for people looking for alternatives. What I just mentioned about the success of Apple for certain people, and what you're seeing is that Apple is fulfilling a specific need in the market for people who are looking for something which is easier to use. I've known people of 75 years that have switched to a Mac and suddenly go like, it's easy. And the same thing is true for eComStation. I know people that like the way that the desktop works, and it fits with what they want and the way that it works. So it's a personal choice. But it's not something I would recommend to make eComStation a mainstream operating system, simply because it cannot fulfill the requirements that the current user is looking for. Like, for example, running DirectX 11 games, which we certainly don't understand. We do not support currently.
Okay, thank you for your time. Let's meet on the next Warpstock.
Okay, see you there and the other people as well. Thank you.